Hi guys, I'm Ray from Bake with Ray. Welcome to the Ramadan series.
I'll be uploading recipes for Ramadan for the next 30 days, but don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell icon so you can get a notification for every time that I post a recipe.
I am going to teach you how to have a gourmet experience at home today. We're going to make this delicious cheese steak burger. Oh God, look at it, it's so amazing. Start off by making the components for your burger. So you're going to start with your caramelized onions. Peel your onions and then slice them as thinly as you can. Get yourself a saucepan or any kind of pan and put your unsalted butter and a little splash of oil so that your butter doesn't burn. I went a bit overboard. Once your butter has melted, go ahead and add in all your onions. Pop in your salt to season them, and then I'm going to say to you here just a few simple words. You need to be patient here. Patience and love is what is going to sweeten up these onions for you and make them nice and golden and delicious. It'll take about 10 to 15 minutes. They start to add some color on. Just make sure you're gradually stirring them in between. When they get to this golden brown color, add some brown sugar and some balsamic vinegar, and then saute them further for another 5 minutes. I don't know why I'm stirring so much today, but I'm just going to leave it because I can't bother to record this voiceover again. Once your onions are done, you want to, well, I put them on a paper towel, and then I decided to leave them there because I'm so clever, and then they got stuck to the paper towel. So don't do that, guys. Just dab the excess fat off your onions with a paper towel, or you can put them on a paper towel and then dab it off and then take it off straight away. Don't let them dry on your paper towel because they'll stick. Then once you've done that, don't discard the extra fat that's in your pan. We're going to fry up our peppers in that same butter and oil, so you don't need to add any more to your pan. Slice up your red pepper and your yellow pepper very, very thinly. Guys, it's optional to add pepper to your burger, but I think it adds a really nice sweet flavor. And then I had a mishap with the camera. For some reason, I didn't press the record button. But all I'm doing here is sauteing them in that same fat. I didn't add any more. I added some salt and pepper to the peppers, and then sauteed them until they went nice and soft. That's your second component ready. Then go ahead and make this delicious cheese sauce. The recipe for this is already on my YouTube page. I'll link it in the description box below. Then you want to go ahead and toast your brioche buns by melting some butter again on a skillet. This recipe is not healthy, by the way, and there's no harm in indulging. You want to toast them until they go golden brown on both sides. Should take a couple of minutes on a hot pan. And then the final component and the pièce de résistance of this recipe is the steak. So I have sirloin here, roughly about 1 steak per person per burger. That's how you work it out. And this recipe is enough for 4, so you can just like change it up however you want. So with the steak, cut off the excess fat from the sides, generously salt and pepper both sides of your steak. Then you want to heat a cast iron skillet. Now I roped my husband in to cook the steak because I just don't like doing it. I prefer when he does it. But yeah, a heavy based pan. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, use something heavy that will conduct a lot of heat. We cook the steak 2 minutes on each side, depending on your thickness of the steak. If it's very thin, you want to cook it less than that. So cook it on one side for about 2 minutes, then flip it, and then put a little bit of butter on the top to allow it to be extra succulent and extra fatty and delicious, and cook it for 2 minutes on that side. Let it rest for a couple of minutes, and then you will be left with this medium rare steak, a bit pink in the center. That's how steak is supposed to be. If you cook it any further, or if you do it well done, your steak will end up chewy and it will be impossible to bite through it as a burger. So if the sight of pink beef scares you, then I suggest you don't try this recipe, because overcooked beef is just not going to work in the burger. It should be soft enough to be able to cut with a butter knife, as he is doing here. A swap of hands and we're ready to assemble the burger. You can add any kind of burger sauce on the bottom, or even mayo. I used Algerian sauce on mine, which is a little bit spicy. Totally up to you. Then your caramelized onions, your sweet peppers, as little or as much as you like. Layer on your steak. I recommend doing 2 layers of steak. I only did 1 on this burger, but I think 2. If you can handle 2, do 2, definitely. A thick layer of cheese sauce. Double it up if you can. And that is your amazing. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I think this is one of the best recipes I've ever come up with. It's absolutely delicious, guys. Make sure you try this out. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you did, give me a thumbs up and enjoy.